Hey guys, it's Sandy. So I'm going to share with you how to make a hot cocoa mix that is simple to make. It's chocolatey, it's creamy, it's delicious, it's sweet, has all the good stuff that you want in a cup of hot cocoa. But when you make it at home, you're not getting all the chemicals and the added flavors that they put into there. If you look at the back of a hot cocoa mix, you really don't want to put all of that stuff in your body when you can simply get things out of your pantry and make a really good hot cocoa. So let me show you how to make this. So if you like hot cocoa or your kids like hot cocoa, this comes together super fast. I'm enjoying it right now in one of my favorite cups. Live simply, because that's how I want to live, because I hate drama. But just sit down, enjoy this quick video, and you can make hot cocoa at home. The ingredients that you're going to need is some cocoa or a cacao powder, whichever one you want to use. The cacao is just a little bit of a stronger chocolate. You'll need some dry milk, sugar. I'm going to use a pure cane sugar and just make it into a powdered sugar. That way I'm not buying the white bleached sugar. It's a little bit better for you. And then you're going to need cornstarch or an arrowroot flour, and that's just for helping store it on the shelf longer. I'm going to use a sifter just so I don't get any clumps. And you'll need a whisk or a fork just to stir it all up into the bowl. The first thing I'm going to do is take 2 cups of the pure cane sugar and make it into powdered sugar. Now all I do is put it in my blender for this. The reason I don't buy the powdered sugar is because this is a slightly better sugar and I can just use my blender to make it into powdered sugar. If you don't have a blender, just use it as pure cane sugar. And after grinding for 1 minute, I now have powdered sugar. For this super simple recipe, I take the 2 cups of powdered sugar, put it in the bowl. Oops. Then I'm going to need 2 cups of dry milk. And this I'm going to sift. Sifting is optional, but nobody wants to have lumps in their hot chocolate. So I'm going to sift this through and sift my cocoa through. And there's no lumps, so I'll just pour the rest of that in there. That's the milk solids that I need in there. And then you need 1 cup of cocoa. I am going to use half a cup of cacao powder. It is a stronger powder. It does have more antioxidants in there, but it is more chocolatey. So see all those lumps and clumps that are in cocoa? That's why you just want to sift it out so that you don't have any lumps and clumps in your hot chocolate. And then I just take those lumps and just push them through. There we go, finished with that. One thing that I almost forgot that is very important is salt, because salt brings out sweetness. So you need a bit of salt in here. And listen, this is not going to taste maybe as sweet as you're going to find in the store because it's not processed, and processed stuff has chemicals in it. You read all the chemicals that's on the back of a hot cocoa. 1 teaspoon of salt. On the back of a hot cocoa mix, so many different chemicals, and those are flavor enhancers that we don't need in our bodies. Okay, and you're going to use 2 teaspoons of cornstarch or arrowroot flour or arrowroot powder. I just had this in my cabinet, so I'm going to use it up. I'm literally at the bottom of the barrel with this. You're going to need that cornstarch just so it can be stored in the pantry for a while. And now you just take your whisk. You just whisk this together now. Use your fork or a whisk. If you don't need this much hot cocoa mix, then just you make half of the recipe instead. By making this, you control the ingredients. You control what kind of sugar. You control the cocoa. You control not having all those extra preservatives and chemicals in here. Now, all I do is take a mason jar and store it in mason jars. You can store it in plastic containers if that's what you have. For reference, you can see that it makes 1 quart jar and 1 pint jar. That's how much cocoa mix you'll have here. Now to make it, you take either 1 cup of hot water or a cup of hot milk, and the milk will obviously make it even richer, and then put in what you think. So you need at least 1/4 cup of powdered mix, or you may do a half a cup of powdered mix. I like the wide mouth mason jars just because I can easily get in there, and then just mix it up and you have hot cocoa. That's all I have for now. Until next time, I'm out.